Hello everyone, this is Conan58 from MultiplayerGamers.com. I'm actually doing a DCS video today. As you can see, I am actually playing the A-10C, the hog. Alright. Now, the thing is with the C, other than the A, which I do have as well, is that you pretty much have to do everything. This is not a simplified version of the plane. This is the real deal. So, I am actually going to show you guys how to start this plane and get it in the air and get it back down on the ground safely. So, let's get to it. Alright, first things first. And guys, I don't have track IR, so I'm going to be a little bit choppy when it comes to the video, but it's alright. Alright, first thing we want to do is go to the electrical panel here, turn on the batteries. As you can see, you know, this things start lighting up. You might hear the battery powering stuff up. Sounds actually kind of cool. Then after that, we want to hit the inverter. Alright. Now with that going, let's start the APU right here. We can see the APU powering up right here, these two gauges, and we'll sit here and watch it. As you can tell, it is. I don't know if you guys can actually hear this, so I really don't know if you guys can tell. It's actually starting to get very noisy. So, you know what? Let's close the canopy. Look, canopy open, canopy closed. Oh. Guess that doesn't work. Alright, well, I know another way to cut. Just hit Control C, it closes the canopy. Ah, nice, a little bit cooler. Alright, now, since we have the APU up, let's start up our navigation system, which starts here. And then, let's turn on the radio, the transceiver. Actually, I forgot something. You see this right here? You have to turn that on. APU generator. There we go. It gets everything off the battery. Everything starts running off the APU. Power down the battery. Alright, you see right here? The GPS system is starting. So let's turn on our multifunction displays. They're right here. Right there, right there. Turn that on. Down the radar. This is where your weapons are armed. We're not going to mess with that right now. Defensive systems. Let's go ahead and power that bad boy on. Put it to auto. There we go. Radar warning receiver, which is one of these right there. This is electronic countermeasures. This is missile warning system and countermeasure dispenser system. Yes. Alright. So we want to load all. So make sure you click on that. Alright. Now that is pretty much this side for at least now. We can actually turn on the air system. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, now let's come back over here. Let's make sure things are all turned on. Right. There's not much back here you want to mess with. so I would not really mess with too much over here. The next part that's very, very important is right here. Turn on your boost pumps. Without them, you won't be able to start your engines. Alright, next thing you got to do is pick an engine. I'm going to do my left one. So you have to hit Alt and Home. You notice this this thing moved? Yes. Oh, and look at there. We have an engine start. Alright. Let's let that start up. I did get up to speed. It'll go between 60 and 70 when it's up to speed, if I remember right. There you go. That's 60. All right. So let's start the other one. Control Home. There we go. See, you can actually watch it. See? Engines are starting up nicely. Alright, while that's starting, we have to do a couple more things. Eject your seat, arm it. Now you have to go to the trim system, which is right here. Yaw and pitch. Get them all going. Alright, I've got two functioning engines. Alright, anti-skid. The reason why that's going off is my APU's being a generator and my engine's being a generator. So we cut that off, turn that back on. Now what I have found is that you cannot start an engine without the APU. You have to have the APU on. I'm not entirely sure if that's completely accurate, but you know what? We're going to go with it. Alright. This is all that's left. I really haven't figured out how to get the rest of this stuff up and running, but for the essence of this video, I am really not worried about it. So that on. Alright, everything is up and running. We have a functional aircraft. We have a functional aircraft right now. That's what's displayed basically right there. And insert. Yeah. Alright, cool deal. And alright. This is what she looks like. She is running an airplane. Alright, let's get her in the air. Flaps, flap indicator, which is right here. You can use your F key to do that. Alright, hit the insert key to steer. You want to be able to steer on the ground. That's kind of important. Alright, let's give it some throttle and let's go. Now you don't want to go too fast. If you go too fast, it won't be good for you. I've done it. It doesn't end well. Alright, now I am carrying a pretty heavy load, so my flaps are down, and I'm going to use up most of this runway. I have taken off at this airport before. I will use a good deal of this runway to take off. I don't necessarily have to, but it's always good to be safe than sorry. Alright. going to turn onto the runway. And then let's get her in the air. Back up a little bit. I'll show you I'm at full throttle. There I am at full thrust. You can see in the HUD, right here, that's my speed right there. My altitude is going to be over here. And it's time for me to get her in the air. There we go. And there you have it, guys. We now have the A-10. The A-10C is now in the air. Now let's reverse this and let's land it. I'm gonna land it heavy. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but you know, whatevs. Don't want to get too crazy high. 2,500 feet. Alright. Let's make a turn. This is what it looks like in the air. Oh! Huh! Flaps are still up. Or down. What did I do? Ah. There we go. Now we're starting getting some speed. You gotta look at your indicators. You gotta make sure your stuff is up. If you don't, if you go too fast, you'll rip your flaps off. That could be bad news. Alright. Let's get away from the airfield a little bit. I'm at 3,000 feet. Don't want to go too high. I'm going to power down a little bit. Go to 3/4 power. Alright, so I'm far enough for this to work. So, alright. Alright, so we're going to turn. I'm going to make it a little bit steeper than I probably should. Right, there's the airfield. So I need to slow down. Right? So let's get the brakes out. There you go, you hear it? Control B breaks out your brakes. But you need to hold it. Gotta hold it down. There they are. There's the brakes. Alright, I need to slow down, and I'm high, so I need to go down steep. Power down significantly. And you know something I didn't do? The reason why it's so noisy in here? I never turned off the APU. It happens. But that's okay. Alright, I need to speed up. I need to give myself some extra juice. There we go. Flaps are down all the way, and then put down the gear. Alright, really slow down now. About 172. Don't want to go. Don't want to slow down too much. There we go. Perfect. Oh, that's a nice landing right there. Make sure you have your steering on. And hit W for your brakes. There we go. Let off on your brake a little bit. And we'll start going back to where we started. Now, I landed this aircraft very heavy. So, probably in real life, it's probably not the smartest thing to do. Now, it did take me a while to figure out, honestly, it took me a while to figure out how to even start the engines. So I'm actually kind of, proud of myself that I was able to get all that going. And then we're just going to taxi back to where we started, and we'll reverse what we did, and then call it a day. And remember, you don't want to, whenever you are taxiing, you don't want to give yourself too much power. You have a lot of power behind you. Eventually, I'm going to do a video where I'm going to compare the free aircraft as well as the Su-25 and the A-10A. I'm not really going to get into that in this video. This video was just about the A-10C and how you can get it started and in the air. Actually, if you notice, I now have an operating navigation system. So, that's one of those things you just kind of have to be patient. I'm not that patient, but it takes about 5 to 6 minutes for it to get everything it needs. So you just kind of have to play that by ear. So we're going to go back here. I'm going to make a sharp turn. Right here. And we will stop right here. Alright. Turn off steering. I don't need it. We are actually going to turn off our engines. So you hit Alt, End, turns off the left one, Control, End, turns off the right one. Now, see, one of my engines is down. Master alarm. Click it. I started the APU again. So I'm going to do a complete reverse of what I did before. APU is up. Shut down the right engine. Actually, turn on the APU generator. Shut down the right engine. Master alarm off. Master alarm off again because the other engine was going down. Bring down the brakes. Bring up the flaps. Master alarm. Alright, so now we're going to shut everything off. And then there goes the master alarm. Master alarm. That is pretty much everything is now off. Alright. We're going to turn on the battery. Turn off the APU. Now, turn off the inverter. Everything is now off. I just did a complete reversal of what I did before. And that, my friends, is how... Oh, let me open up the canopy. And that, my friends, is how you start, take off, land, turn back off an A-10C. Well, guys, I think that's it for tonight, and you guys have a great evening. Thank you, and good night.
If you like this video, click on that like button. For more videos like this and more from the MultiplayerGamers.com community, click on subscribe. We upload new videos regularly. We also invite you to our gaming community at MultiplayerGamers.com. We'd love to have you join us in these games. For Conan58, this is Funar. Thanks for joining us.